I'll be honest with you. I just noticed my mic was muted the whole time. I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh
I'm so mad. This part stays in. This part stays in. You know, this part stays in. But what's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 96 of the Good Grade Perfect podcast. Captain Papi is a fucking moron.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah, everyone can agree here. I've just wasted everyone's time noticing that my mic has been muted this whole time. You know,
I'm glad you noticed it so early on, and we didn't finish the whole pod with it. Oh,
I would have cried. I would have like broken down as a human being, to be honest with you. Like, I was like looking at like the audio mixer, and I was like, my mic isn't going up. Why isn't my mic going up? Jesus. But we're here. We're back. Shout out Solaris. I'm not gonna repeat that, but you're the GOAT. But we are chatting TM, Carrot, and Nami first. I'm not gonna read them again because I cannot be bothered to. But I mean, I guess we can go back to what we were talking about. Todd, do you want to repeat what you said? Actually, yeah, Todd, do you want to repeat what you said quickly?
Yeah, I think that their super swap is pretty good, and their special is like, it's nice, but it's not like quintessential for anything. It has some cool components, and I mean, Carrot and Nami, they've got like okay supports and stuff. But you know, it's just like, it's like a whatever unit. It just feels like, oh, let's just slap a legend into the TM Sugo just to get people to spend money. It's just not that important, really, of a unit.
I feel like they didn't need to put a TM legend either. Like, I get why they did it, like, obviously, but I feel like they didn't need, like, I mean, they didn't do it for Kizuna. Like, that part was interesting for me as well. I thought that, like, they were going to go all out and release, like, Batch Legend, TM, Kizuna, and maybe even, like, a Rumble. But, like, for Rumble and Kizuna, they didn't release one, but then for TM, they did. So, like,
I wonder... They didn't do one for Kizuna because, like, of One Piece Day.
Yeah, that's a good point, I suppose.
Because it kind of overlaps a little bit.
But... I mean, to be fair, actually, that Kizuna does last, like, forever. Like, that Kizuna banner does last forever. So, like, it makes sense, I suppose. But, I mean, the character's basic. He doesn't do much exciting. I don't know. Like, I mean...
Yeah.
Bind, Silence, Burn is great.
Oh, like, out of all the OPTC Girl Legends that they've released so far, like... Koala and Robin, they seem to be like the most interesting because of the fact that you can get like the orb and affinity for multiple turns, and the barrier removal in their kit is so cool.
Yep.
But yeah, then you go like Carrot and Nami, and they're just kind of like whatever.
They don't do much.
No,
like,
not really.
Sir.
Like Chain Boundary, cool. Block Orbs, cool. Chain Growth Multiplier, cool, but like, I don't know, like, it isn't... There's not a lot exciting. Plus, like, I mean, what about their Rumble kit, though? Like, do you think that they find a place into the Cerebral team, or do they think they make the Cerebral team more viable?
I mean, probably not. I don't know. I actually don't know what the best Cerebral team is, to be honest. Because, like, since Legend of Ankov and stuff, they've been trying to, like, buff Cerebral a lot, but I... haven't really looked into building a Cerebral team at all, to be honest.
You'd have something like, what, Ivankov, you'd have Inazuma, you'd have probably like
maybe
Robin
Shanks.
Koala, maybe Shanks. Like, there is stuff there, but I think it's not really a cohesive unit.
And the fact that their kit like gets like super buffed after the first 50 seconds, so they're not good till the second half of the match either, which is kind of annoying. But I will say that they do have at least a really low CT, and they do attack buff plus special, so that's actually not awful. Like, they're an option for sure.
Yeah, I know, I agree. I think like after the first 50 seconds is tough though. Like, it's like, I think they should just be doing that anyway.
It'd be interesting if because like this unit is Cerebral Free Spirit in their dual form. If they buffed both of those classes, it'd be kind of interesting.
That's actually really interesting. I didn't realize that they're full Cerebral Free Spirit completely. Like both sets of characters are. So like,
right.
Again, like I don't know. It's weird.
It's the same with we'll talk about them at some point, but the Nami Robin dual unit.
Yeah.
That gets their 6+. Like, their Rumble kit is actually like a rainbow kit. Like, it's not actually focused on any class.
Yeah.
So you could actually just chuck them on a Free Spirit team because in their dual form they're Cerebral Free Spirit. So it's just interesting.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of these like mismatched like in Dex Cerebral, Dex boosted here, in boosted there, Cerebral boosted everywhere.
I'm just glad that we're at the end of it now.
I'm so gassed, you know. I'm so excited. This was actually, like, honestly, like, I don't really, like, this is a bad set of legends. Like, these are just very filler, and obviously, like, everyone can point the finger and realize why. Like, we know what's coming. August 6th, be prepared. But, like, or August 5th, PST. But, like, it does, like, I guess that shouldn't be an excuse, though. You know what I mean? Like, you should still want to release good quality, like, characters and stuff that people are going to use longer. But, I guess, like, hold on. I'll pivot to what I'm going to say, but I guess we'll go to the peanut gallery. Those that don't have their mics muted. What do you guys think about Carrot and Nami? Oh, God.
I mean, kind of basically what Todd said. It's a cash grab unit.
Yeah.
They're kind of just, sprinkling all these Summer Girl legends out of nowhere. And to be honest, not even to be on some demon timing, but actually I am on some demon.
Hey,
timing.
let him go on. Here we go.
What the fuck are them sprites, bro? We got them OG Nami Robin with nothing on. Now we got basic Nami with her fucking just her dress on, man. That's some
let him know. Go off, King.
That's some bullshit. First of all,
talk to him.
But I mean, we're gonna talk about it later. Like, no need to tiptoe around spoilers anymore. Everybody's known for a while what's been coming, so there's no reason to pull for this unit.
Yeah, no one should have in the first place. Knight, anything else to add?
I don't know that Nami Robin not Nami Robin. Never disrespect them. Nami Carrot. They don't look that good. They don't look that good to me. Like on not like in terms of like sexiness or anything like that. But like in terms of like a unit.
Yeah.
Like they don't look that good.
Yeah.
Compared to like other stuff, but then again, like dual units have been kind of hit or miss personally.
They basically made this unit for the Jobas of the world.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Shout out Octo.
That's also crazy. But I think like with like this, with this release, I think we've had like 6 dual units in a row now. Nami Carrot. We've had, I guess like we haven't had 6. We've had 5 dual units. We had Blackbeard versus Whitebeard, Shanks and Buggy duel, Doflamingo Croc duel, Robin Koala duel, Black Maria and Ulti duel, Nami Carrot duel. And mind you, every single one of them has decks, including the One Piece Day banner. Like, they're all decks. Like, the last solo strength legend is V5 Boa, Kizuna Boa. Last solo strength legend. The last solo Psy legend was Bonnie. Like, it's a problem. Like, why are we fucking pumping decks so much? Like, this ain't it, Falco. But
don't worry, we're bringing back Int Powerhouse Driven next week.
Let's go.
I missed it. I've missed it. I hope they have Super Tandem as well. I can't wait for them to have Super Tandem. All right, scores.
Guess they're like an 8 because they're like you can still use them.
Yeah, they're still very usable.
Like, but in terms of excitement, it's definitely low level for me. I'd give them just like an 8. It's whatever.
7.
Yeah, I don't know. They're 7 for me. I reckon they're kind of like whatever.
Yeah, 7.
Perfect. All right, now moving on to the better waifus. I mean, Kizuna versus Perona. We're currently ongoing in that right now. Todd, thoughts on the Kizuna?
I reckon the 10-star difficulty Kizuna is kind of shit, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, when they're building around like the Kizuna rare recruits, and the fact that the main Kizuna rare recruit you need to use has a special that's focused around removing damage immunity.
Yep.
Or nullification.
Yep.
I hate that. Like, it just when there's just random debuffs that like are rarely ever in the game. And it just means that if you're trying to build stuff without that unit, it makes it that much more difficult. Because there's not many units that are like fit the class or type restrictions that also do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very small pool of characters, so I kind of hate that. But the super boss it's pretty challenging. But I guess it is what it is. It seems like a pretty normal, typical.
Yeah,
super
it's
boss,
very
honestly.
average. It's very like average. I think like the one thing that annoys me about the Ba Huang rare recruit is the fact that in like post level 30 you get like a special limit, so you have to max out her special limit. I don't know her. I think it's a her. Yeah, like her special limit. like a potential ability if you want to like continue using this character. Otherwise, like you have to play around with it. And then, for example, somebody in my position, and maybe actually in yours as well, if you're bringing a friend captain Bao Huang, because on the fight that the special limit occurs, the left hand side is binded. Her special limit potential ability doesn't proc. So still,
that's what the issue is.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the issue. Like I was mad at it, and fucking the person who stepped in to save the day was fucking Rizzy of all people, rare Rizzy W. He came in and he was like, yeah, because the left hand side gets binded, you don't get the potential ability to pop off.
I didn't think bind would stop potential abilities.
I didn't think so either, but I guess
that's news to me.
That's like, I guess that was the case, right? So that's incredibly frustrating because first of all, not a lot of characters even have the special limit,
exactly.
Potential ability. Secondly, you're not going to shoehorn a character into a team to get rid of that. Thirdly, like, it's just exactly what you said. Damage nullification is such a rare, unique thing that not many characters just have in their kit. So it's hard to build around that if you're not, like, specifically focused on it. So, Super Boss-wise, it's funny how the exact same team from the last Super Boss versus Sai is being used again. That's funny. Like, that team just seemed... Like, everyone kind of joked at versus Kaido when he first released, but right now, like, you're kind of seeing the fruits of his labor. Like... and obviously they're built around like versus Kaido, like with the releases of Jack, Alba, and Queen. But at the same time, like those 4 units plus fucking chuck Big Mom on there, and then V1 Straw Hats or V2 Straw Hats, it's a wrap. Like you can that team's gonna always do damage.
That's one of the things is like we've been able to build this like really good Beast Pirates team, but because of the gimmicks of the fight, like fitting Straw Hats is actually kind of difficult to do, but now like this Super Boss you could just it's so easy. That team is just ridiculously strong. And as long as you've got like someone with a high potential ability for their tandem effect, then it's a wrap.
You get even more damage output. Like I think like the it's just interesting how like we go from like a Super Boss where we were able to hit, I shouldn't say we, but people were able to hit over 1 trillion damage to a Super Boss where like 150 bill is like the upper limit. I don't know what, I mean, again, like I already answered my own question, but I don't understand where their mentality is at when designing this level of content and like how they approach. We expect like I would love to be a fly on the wall when it comes to like picking out debuffs, and do they just pick it willy-nilly and then try to aim it around certain units, or do they actually
what they do is they actually play darts and then they throw it on a dartboard and they'll randomly pick stuff.
Damage nullification is the theme of the month today.
Picking names out of a hat.
That's it,
right?
Chat GPT, build me some content.
You got Powerball.
Little bingo. Play a little bingo board of what debuffs and buffs to pop in there. Sounds divine. But I guess that kind of segues us into the 6+ of the month. We have 6+ Nami and Robin.
Pretty cool.
Let's
go. I think they are very interesting. First of all,
that's like another 6+ dual unit in a row now.
I think they're just pumping out these fucking dual units, mate. Like,
I mean, I'm glad that they're doing that, to be honest, because like I mean the dual units needed it. So
Luffy Law, please, where are you?
Oh man,
that's gonna be very exciting.
I mean, there's so many good ones still, like Sanji Judge, Sabo Koala. There's some good ones they can do still.
Sabo Koala is gonna be nuts. Their super swap's gonna be
one's gonna go crazy. Yeah,
their super swap's gonna be nuts. I guess I will read the level limit break. Dual captain. Go like all the way through. Reduce the special cooldown of all characters by turn at the start of the fight. Boost attack of Dex in and Cerebral by 5x, 5.5x instead if they have a Dex in, Tandem, or Wano slot. By 6.75 instead if they have an empty orb. Boost HP and recovery of Dex in and Cerebral characters by 1.35 and makes Dex in and Tandem beneficial for Dex in and Cerebral characters and reduce damage received by 30%. God damn. So many different combinations in there.
But another thing that we should probably touch up on is in their solo captains. The last sentence of their solo captains you should have a look at.
Oh, okay. So, cerebral characters and changes all orbs into Wano at the start of the fight for, I believe that's probably Nami.
Yeah.
And then for Robin is reduces damage received by 10% and changes all orbs into Tandem at the start of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's really cool. So you can use their switch right from the get-go to get a full board of slots and keep it. It's really sick.
I actually like that a lot.
Yeah.
The sailor abilities are cool. Makes Dex and Int beneficial for all characters and reduces paralysis by turn. Like, that's just... I like that.
It's just good, yeah.
Their special... Their level limit break special is 25% 25% HP reduction to all enemies, reduces slot bind and paralysis duration by 10 turns, changes block into matching, and boosts orb effects of Dex, Int, and Cerebral characters by 2.5x for 2 turns. If your crew has an orb amplification, boost attack of Dex, Int, and Cerebral by 2.5 for 2 turns and becomes Nami Robin for 3 turns. It's pretty good. I mean, the debuff stuff is kind of nutty.
Slot bind removal is interesting. Not the most common debuff you'll see.
But I mean, it's still like very positive, very positive here. And I think that's really it. Like, I guess like their PvP kit it changed a little bit, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, and the super swap. Did you go through the swap?
No, I didn't actually. So sorry.
Well, the base swap is the same.
Base swap's the same. Super swap is at 3 swaps. Locks all orbs for a turn, and if this character has no stored orbs, stores current orbs and changes all orbs into empty. If this character has stored orbs, restores orbs into slots.
It's the same, except to just get an orb lock, which is just kind of whatever. I mean, like, it's hard to buff that swap effect. Like, that's actually a really difficult one to do.
I guess, like, the only way that I could see it being buffed is, like, maybe, like, if the orb is beneficial, you, like, buff the value of it. Something like that. Like, you know how, like, a matching slot is, like, 2x? Maybe you buff it to, like, 2.25 or something. That'd be, like, the only way you could, like, really eke out a lot of, value.
What they could have done is, like, the swap has the effect to, like, make empty slots count as, like, matching or something.
Like the Corazon lore ability actually would have been really smart.
Yeah, that would have been sick. Yeah.
I mean, really, really smart there. Because Corazon and Laura in Cerebral, right?
Yeah, you can use them with this unit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Captain ability of 6.75x with empty orbs is actually kind of nuts.
I haven't tested it yet, but that sounds crazy to me.
With the benefit of Corazon and Laura as well, like the fact that you can make the empty orbs actually be like, you know, valuable is kind of crazy. Like you can probably eke out a lot with this unit for sure. Their Rumble Kit, HP recovery, guard up buff to crew, level 6 of that. And their Rumble Special at 28 CT at level limit break. 22% HP, health start to all enemies in a medium radial range for 40 seconds. Reduces paralysis and dot damage to crew for 20 seconds. Applies blow away and crit up buff to crew for 24 seconds.
I think that's actually incorrect.
Oh, Solaris! Thank God my mic was muted. Because I was praising you before. And you made a mistake.
Run it back.
I think, you know what? I'm glad I muted it on purpose.
At level 10, it's a 40% health cut.
No! And that's fucked.
It's a large range too.
Okay, that's fucked. That's really good.
What is it? Yeah, because this is health cut in medium radial range for 40 seconds. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, the program is broken. He's broken. Solaris is a broken man. Another episode, another bagging on Solaris. Some things just never change, right? You know? Back like we never left.
So a 28 CT that does a 40% health cut in a large radial range is actually pretty decent. That's
broken. That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
And their Rumble passive, their Rumble ability is a rainbow ability, which is kind of cool too. So you can run this on a Cerebral team or a Free Spirit team.
Yep.
They're not too shabby.
Yeah, they're good. They're very, very good. Level of 40% HP is actually like really good.
Yeah, it's a hard one to buff. Like this is a very difficult one to find the better numbers for this unit, but they seem pretty good.
They're done alright. I think the problem that I have with it though is that you've buffed Nami and Robin, but you've also released a Nami and Carrot Legend. That's just doesn't make sense. Like, it shouldn't be, I don't know, like, maybe just solo Carrot Team Legend. I don't know, you could have done that. That would have been fine. I mean, another Carrot, I suppose.
Because before we knew, like, what the 6+ was, I was kind of thinking, like, at this point, like, we haven't got any Reverie units at that time yet. I was like, they could just do, like, a Shira Man or a Vivi Rebecca Super Evolution.
They should have, I mean, I guess, like, they probably were trying to, like, obviously with the the One Piece Day release, like they probably didn't do it for that purpose, but at the same time, like they've still stepped on their own toes regardless. So like it doesn't really make much sense. Like, eat 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Like it's still like the same thing no matter what. I mean they're pretty good. I think like okay, well where do they place in the 6+ dual unit list, I suppose? Are they up there with like the Neko, Inu / Shanks crew like level, or are they down to below to the Big Mom, the dual unit Big Mom level?
No, definitely not as bad as Big Mom. I think this unit is like around the level of like Luffy Ace.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Maybe like either with them or a little below. I think Luffy Ace is probably a little bit better.
Yep.
But this unit's still pretty good. I think this unit's just a solid unit, and like they could have done a little bit more to make the unit better, but I think that what they've done, they've just modernized the unit. This is a character that that we'll see play. It's just solid.
Yep. I think that what they could have also done with their swap was maybe add resistance to it. I mean, adding resistance to anything just makes it like just incredibly good. And I think that's why Nami, I was going to mention it before, but I think that's why Nami Carrot will hold a lot of value, potentially, because resistance to Dex and Int is just good. So like they might see play, but I don't know. But I'm happy with this unit. Peanut Gallery, anything from you jabronis?
I think they compared to their like original unit, they definitely got a crazy buff, because I believe the original unit was like what was it, 3.75 and 3.25, something like that.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah.
Nuts. So jumping up to what, like 5x and like borderline 5 for Robin and base. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
And then what their combined empty orbs is what, 6.75.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
still back in the day, and still to this day, still the highest captain multiplier. Shout out to my girls, of course.
Yes, sir.
And the cool thing about it is like we actually have like Corazon and Lore to
exactly. It makes actually good.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly, because back then we always used to joke around about how if they
it's
had
still
that
4x.
It's
basically 4x.
If they had that unit, they'd be the best unit low key. But
100% they would have been. They literally would have been the best legend in the game, bar none. Like, it'd be crazy.
So it's really nice that they actually did get that type of buff. I'm quickly reading through their special. I mean, 2.5 orb boost. I mean, that's not that crazy. I mean,
I actually agree though. I think like I'm not a bigger like I like the flexibility that these units are providing with, like, if you have orb, do something else, but they're not like interesting buffs. You know what I mean? Like, if you have orb, do an attack boost, like, great. But it's 2.5x. Like, we have characters that are doing fucking 3.5x, like, orbs and stuff like that, you know? So, like, 2.5 isn't really cutting the mustard at the moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. And with this type of game, like, I get, like, not wanting to make the older characters, you know, too broken, because that would desensitize people from pulling for the new units. But it's like, it also, in a way, kind of counters it, because now it's like, why should I use this unit when I just have this unit that does 3 point whatever? But overall, it's a cool unit. I'm happy that they're doing 6+ for dual units finally. And from what you guys were saying, it looks like they're pretty good in Pyro Rumble as well, which is pretty nice. And I do like the Wano art. I think it's a nice touch to their characters.
I do think about that, like the fact that their orb boost like isn't a very high multiplier. I feel like this unit is probably more just going to be used because of that swap.
Yes.
How unique that is.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's like
the
pudding.
orb boost and attack boost could have been better, but I don't think it's the end of the world per se.
No, I agree. It's like pudding's pudding special. The fact that you can store and repop stuff.
Not
like
too much my girl.
Hey, I'm praising her. What are you talking about? I'm saying like that's the value that she holds. That you have this really unique mechanic where you can store and then pop the special later at a like high turn. Like, I think I agree with you. Like the fact that like I didn't notice that like in their solo captains, if you run them as captain, that is. I mean, like, I think these days that you can justify running a lot of these units as captain because we are getting a lot more captain swap abilities and like functionality. So you could run this unit as your captain, swap, like store maybe the tandem slots or store the Wano slots or whatever, and then use Sanji pop Sanji, then he becomes your captain, higher multiplier, and then like, you know, you go for gold, you know? So like, I think that as like you have all these other functionalities around, you know, you can justify running worse captains for the regular part of the content, and then when you go versus the boss, you can swap better captains into play.
Man, Sanji really the best anniversary legend this year.
Sanji is the second best. Oh fuck, I don't know if he's the second. He's the second best legend in the game.
Oh gee, that's a big call.
I was gonna say, do you guys feel like this, based off of their upgrade of the character, do you feel like that this character will see a more general use of play, or it'll just be the usual?
Are they boosted? Are they boosted?
Yeah. Is it are they boosted, or are we like?
Are they boosted? No. I'm not playing. I'm not using it.
I will say that the fact that their captain ability gives a full board of slots, like that is a
very
massive
good
upgrade to the unit. So like,
because
before you'd have to like use something else to give you the slots,
and then swap and then store. Yeah.
Right. You'd have to shuffle every other turn.
But now this unit just does it as a captain, so it's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot
of... It does incentivize using them as a captain, which is kind of cool.
I mean, maybe one day they'll release a raid where they'll be useful. I don't know. But to be fair, though, we're still using V1 Kaido, mate. Like, that's crazy. But, like, you know... no, I think, like... I think I agree exactly with what Todd said. Their swap is going to be their end-all, be-all of value. And whether we have the opportunity to actually like benefit / use that, then that's what, you know, that's what will happen at the end of the day. So, you know, we'll go from there. I guess, you know, Todd stepped out for a little bit, but Knight Flame, final thoughts. Knight, anything else to add? Kind of skipped over.
No.
Anything else?
No, it's fine. Nope, I have nothing else to add. You guys said it all.
Flame, Knight, scores?
Baddie out of 10.
Okay, I agree.
Yes,
I got 4 cannons out of 10. Thank you very much. All right. Now now we're in the meat and potatoes. Now everyone can participate in this conversation here. Version 13.1 is coming July 26th PST, July 27 JST.
Let's go.
Few interesting little sections here that we're going to be talking about today. So I'll read the general debrief, and then we'll get into the regular banner stuff, like, you know, what actually is coming out. But, you know, version 13.1 updates. We have an auto power up feature, 100 pulls at friend point recruit, surge filters for sailors and supports, new features for characters, sell up to 40 characters at once, new tavern pool effects, new title logo, adjustments to the treasure map interface, adjustments to the PR info displays on certain characters, and other minor fixes. So another big quality of life update. But what isn't mentioned there is the new ability of EX Super. Oh boy, here we go. So from the images and from what I can deduce from it, EX Super is basically like a combination of super type and super class, like both in one. And the way that it'll work is either... So, for example, they're showing it on the Quick PKA Roger. And when the Quick PKA... So, that's a free-to-play unit, which is the first point here, I suppose. But when you pop the EX Super, Roger will then boost the Quick Super Type and the Slasher Super Class. So he does both in one, which is, when you think about it, kind of broken, but at the same time, kind of not. It's really weird. And they've kind of confirmed it and said, like, you basically a unit will be able to boost multiple types and classes, and it'll generally be the primary class and color. So, like I said, Roger's able to do Quick and Slasher, and that'll boost Quick and Slasher. That boosts the Quick Super Type and the Slasher Super Class everywhere you go. The benefit to EX Super is that you can use it as a crewmate. You don't have to be captain to pop the Super Type or Super Class.
That's good.
Yeah. That's the cracked part of it. But I guess to put on my pessimism hat, if that's all it's doing, is that really that good? I don't know. You know?
Well...
What do you think?
An interesting point that was brought up in one of my comments was people were like, you know, I hope that this doesn't mean that characters are kind of built around this gimmick. And what he means by that is like, when we first got the information for PKA Roger, we're all like, he doesn't seem that good. But now, if they're retroactively giving him this EX Super, it actually might make the whole kit of the unit come together a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like people don't want this EX Super to be so important where the rest of the kit is like kind of trash.
Yeah.
So I kind of get what they're saying, because like Roger as it stands right now is not the best unit ever. He's pretty mid.
Yes.
But if they're giving him an EX Super, like it actually might make him really broken.
I guess like my concern is that the way that it's worded, and obviously we'll see in future because the super type and class were kind of the same thing, is that will there be a quote unquote special associated to it? Like, will there be effects as well? Because if there are, this is cracked. EX Super is cracked. If there's not, then like I guess it provides more flexibility in team building, but at the same time it's kind of like whatever. Like you can buff extra colors and classes, so things will do more damage. You can probably get more damage out of a team, but at the same time, it's like I wouldn't want to be building with forcing in an EX Super special if like there's no if the EX Super doesn't provide anything. Like if the EX Super provides like an overrideable ability plus the buffing of class and color, maybe some debuff removal, then this is like an absolutely cracked mechanic. Like cracked beyond belief.
Because like sometimes you're literally using certain units as captains just because they get access to super class or super type.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you can use it as a sub, it's really good, and if there's a special associated with that on top as well, then that's gonna be crazy.
So like I guess like my wonder is like how many units are they gonna go back and retroactively put this on? Is this gonna be like the norm going forward for Legends? Will Super Sugo Fest have EX Super rather than Super Type or Super Class? Will Rumble units ever get Super Type and Class? You know, like it. So I don't know. Like I'm excited for it, but I'm also like interested as to what it could provide.
Imagine if the Anniversary Legend Queen got like EX Super, because
it's a wrap.
Because he's got the what do you call it, Captain Action.
Yeah.
So he didn't get access to the super mechanics. So if he gets that, oh my god. But then you're right. Like if there's no special associated with it, then I don't know. I probably wouldn't be that excited for it.
I'd still be like excited because I guess like I said, it does provide like flexibility in terms of like you're not forced now to bring like. You're not forced to like bring, let's say, like a legend that has a Dex super class or super type, because like for the purpose of him having super type or them having super type. But yeah,
I'm looking at the graphic now, and it does mention and meet certain requirements to launch EX Super Special. So it mentions that it is a special because it is called like a super type special, a super class special.
Yep.
So I assume it will have an effect.
Okay, well, meet certain requirements to launch an EX Super Special, power up your crew by making various types and classes. Okay, well, in that case, like, it's gonna be fucking broken. like, no matter what they add, like, even if Roger was just, like, give you an attack boost, like, it's cracked. I think the most beneficial EX Super ability as a crewmate would just be damage. AoE damage. Like, it would be so incredibly good if you... Imagine Zorojiro gets an EX Super Special that does damage or something like that. You know what I mean?
If they give them to like treasure map units and Kizuna units, it'd be
like especially because like those units will be boosted like consistently, and like it makes farming faster, or like it can provide more damage, or like there's a way to approach content quicker, etc. Like I think like that'd be really cool. So I'm curious. Like, and then also there's gonna be like requirements around it as well. Like for example, I think like. Weirdly enough, like in that Roger graphic there, it has like Odin, and I guess that's what it's boosting as well. But like, maybe you'll need certain requirements fulfilled in order to pop the special.
Yeah.
Like, so like, how do you build around that? And like, I guess there's a lot going forward for it. But I mean, interestingly, it's a new mechanic. We've had 2 new mechanics this year then, so like doesn't happen all too often. I guess this isn't really new. It's like a rework. Plus being a bit new, I suppose, but it's very interesting. I think it's gonna be good though. I think like there's gonna be a lot of benefit to gain from it, regardless.
Yep, I'm excited.
one thing before we move on, one thing I want to mention though is like, I guess like my final concern is that there's been so many artificial, and you know, I'm gonna claim it. I coined the term artificial difficulty. Thank you very much. There's gonna be so many like Bandai so frequently adds this artificial difficulty, like intimidation, removes buffs, this and that, etc., etc. But EX Super is just more damage, you know. So like, they don't want, obviously they don't want you hitting like numbers that are absolutely obscene, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, you're in a position where you're providing us more means to do more damage. So like, that, I don't know, like the balancing factor, everything just seems constantly a bit like left field every time. So, I mean, again, there's nothing to concern about now. We'll see when it comes to fruition, but I guess we'll just go from there.
Yeah, it is a little strange. You're right, because with the amount of damage that we're getting, and they're just going to give us another way to do more damage, like it is a bit counterintuitive to what they've been trying to do.
Yeah. Exactly right. Like, I guess that's my concern, is that they're gonna hemorrhage the damage somehow. Like, I don't know. So we'll go on and we'll wait and we'll see what happens going forward. The next part of the graphic, we had the power up feature. I have a lot to say on this update, but we have the auto power up feature. So from what we can see is you can use the auto up power feature located in the bottom left of the power up menu. By using the auto power up, you can power up the same character within the same group at once. If you do not want the power up, if you do not want to power up a certain group at once, you can remove the group by taking off the check mark. Use auto power up to power up your crew faster. I don't know if this is the right implementation of auto power up. I just don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that good.
It's going to be shit. Because when you really break it down, for example, the only time this has any benefit is post-Sugo Fest. Genuinely speaking. Because when you like do a raid or a coliseum or an arena, you only have to farm like 12 copies of the unit max. Like 13 total if we're going to be like particular. And like that isn't that many menus to go through. So I don't understand what auto power-up's going to be, unless there's like more functionality that we haven't seen yet, which could be the case. But again, my other concern is, what if I have a rare recruit that is 1 away from level limit break, and it like, but then it groups up and says I'm going to feed 5 copies of it because I pulled 5 copies of the unit? Do I have to then manually go and deselect the group, or do I have to? Can I deselect how many get fed? Or like, how does that part work as well? It doesn't read, like, does it know that I only need 1 more copy? I doubt it does. I think it actually mentions that, like, it mentions somewhere, like, in one of the, I remember reading it somewhere, it was like, if you want to do, like, particular power-ups, you need to do that manually or whatever. Like, auto power-up isn't the method to approach it with, which is just kind of, like, backwards.
The main issue that I see is that at the end of the day, it does look like it is only feeding 1 character at a time. And if that is the case, then it actually doesn't really fix the issues that we have.
No, not at all. I think
we want to feed more characters at once.
I think the grouping is what it does, though. I think, like, the way that I see it is that, like, every character ID will form a group, or, like, every character set of IDs will be a group. So, like, the funny thing is, like, what if you pulled, like, 100 rare recruits on a Sugo Fest? 100 different unique rare recruits. Is it going to have 100 groups? Like, that's how I kind of saw it. Was like, so this Luffy is in its own group, and then you'll have Nami in her own group, and like, you know, like this particular Luffy is in its own group, and then like, let's say rare recruit Bonnie is in their own group, and then rare recruit, you know, Luffy is in his own group, and then rare recruit Brook is in his own group, and then you go through and deselect the groups that you don't want to auto feed, and then when you click like auto power up, it'll go through and bink every group that is selected. That's my assumption on how it's going to work. But even then, that's still a lot of manual tapping, you know, to have to like finagle your way to exactly what you want. On top of that, how does it determine the base character? Is it just the oldest copy of the character you have? Is it the most maxed out copy? Is it the favorite copy?
Like, you have to choose a character you want to power up, surely.
I hope that's how it works, because if you look at the graphic, which again isn't much to go off, it just has like a base character highlighter, then it has like 7 other copies of Luffy there. So I'm not too sure what the value is in that regard, I suppose. But I don't know. Like maybe I'm nitpicking too much, but I think I should just wait and see. But I don't think this is the right way they should have implemented this. It doesn't feel like the right way they should have done it.
No, I mean, I agree with you, and I personally don't think you're nitpicking, because when you look at it, like, it's like, seriously, not joking around, like, the game's been almost out for like 10 years. Like,
yeah,
this has been like the powering up and box management and like different types of material storage in your box. Like, that's been an issue since, you know, like me and Knight were playing the game.
Yeah, it's the test of time. Yeah,
exactly. It's not much different. Like,
that's literally a skill you have to learn when you're playing the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Is, though.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, when you're powering up your units, or like you're managing your box space and whatever, like, it should be to the point where it's like very seamless. Like, you shouldn't have any issues. You shouldn't be frustrated. You shouldn't be sitting there for like 20-30 minutes trying to like do all these things. Like, it should literally be 1 2 3, because that's how most newer games are. That's how a lot of the older games have upgraded to be. So no, to be honest, I don't think you're nitpicking, and they really do need to get on that, to be honest.
I don't like people like I've had a couple discussions about this. People are like, oh, the spaghetti code. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care, spaghetti code, shit, old legacy code, whatever you want to, like, whatever terminology you want to use. Like, it's not really an excuse. Like, plenty of other games, you're able to just click one button and it will pick all the correct, like, all the, fucking Dokkan does it, no? I don't know.
Dokkan, literally, they've upgraded so much. Literally, you go on the unit, you press max growth, it gives you everything that you need. One of the older things that was super annoying about Dokkan Battle is their limit break, like, board.
The tree thing, yeah.
Yeah, you used to have to click on everything. Now you just press max activation and it just opens all of them.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff we need. Like, we need, like, for example, like, if you wanted, like, if we wanted to power up a character, for example, we get the character, you go into the box, you click the power up menu, because that's the most efficient way to do it, right? You then select the character, and you have a bunch of menus. You have to level up the character. So you have to click the level up, you have to select the materials, and then you have to, like, press, like, up, like, you have to, like, level them up. So that's, like, I don't know how many clicks that was, but that's, like, 4 clicks, right? Then you have to go sockets. You have to then click the sockets button, select the sockets, and then feed the sockets. That's another 3 clicks. That's, like, you're at 7 now. Candy. The candy's pretty good, because you can just auto feed to the maximum amount you have. That's still 2 or 3 clicks now. So now we're at like 9 or 10 clicks. Potential abilities. God forbid you can even get them to proc, but let's assume you're having a very lucky day and you proc all of them at the same time. That's still 3 individual clicks most of the time for all your potential abilities. Powering up as well as another click. That's 4 more clicks. Now you're at like, what, 15, 16. Level limit break. Assuming you have everything you require to level limit break, you have to feed, let's say, 9 copies of a character. That's 9 clicks, plus the feed click, 10 clicks, plus the get in the menus, 11 clicks. You're at like 25, 26 clicks. Special level. Okay, we've fed copies of the character, so we actually do special level as well. Fantastic. Rumble abilities. We have to go and feed all the required amounts of scrolls, and then power them up, so that's 2 clicks. Then you have to press the arrow, you have to click the order button to auto assign them. That's a 3rd click. You have to click out of the menu. That's a 4th click. Limit break. You have to select the potions and feed the potions. You then have to go in and use the potions. Then you have to go in, select to the final node, and then level limit break, and then you want to limit break expand, put a key in, select the key, feed the potions, select the rare materials. Like, come on! It's like 40, 50 clicks to, like, max out a character. Like, that's
exactly
too many!
Like, and the crazy part is, like, that's just, like, 1 unit. And then you got to do that to, like, however
Let's say you pull, like, 5 new units. That's fun. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, there has, like, because obviously, like, in the game, like, the game knows when you have something maxed out. Like, if you have max special, it'll, like, highlight the button as it'll have max there. So surely there's something in the back end that, like, tells the game, okay, this unit is 5 out of 7 special level, therefore it requires 2 more special, and then the game can look into your box and find the units that it needs. You know, like, there has to be something that they can draw from. Some sort of, like, algorithm or equation they can use to, like, to do a more effective auto powering up system, because this system is not going to cut it. It's just not going to be that efficient. And then plus, I don't want to use auto power up because, like I mentioned earlier, if I only need one extra copy of a unit, I'm not going to get much out of it. So I don't know. I think
I just posted an example in the chat. That's basically how long it takes to fully awaken the character with
so Z awakening as well. Easy A.
Yep, boom. And then you just click training, max growth, it puts everything, and that's it.
That was like 15 seconds. Literally 15 seconds. Me powering up a unit's like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I don't know. I think that there's like, this is a step in the right direction. It's a step forward. I'm gonna be upfront and honest. It is a step forward, but something they need to keep working on it though. They need to keep working on auto power. It can't just be like, we've released the button, there you go, don't complain. Like, you just can't do that.
Right.
All right, moving on. Improved search abilities. We can finally filter by support and sailor. Like, support, oh, thank God. That's gonna be so good to filter by support. It's gonna be so incredibly valuable to filter by support.
The only thing I'm gonna say on that is like that shit's awesome, but can we agree that should have literally been there day one?
Day one, yes, of course.
Day one.
But there's no excuse, right? Like, it should have just been day one. Plus, now I actually kind of want a captain ability filtering system in as well. Like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's always something with Treasure Cruise players, isn't there?
They're never happy. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. You know what I mean?
we try to kill the database.
trying to put Solaris out of a job. Put him out of his misery, man. Pull up to 100 times on the friend point rare recruit. Great when they have a bug where the friend point rare recruit is actual like rare recruits, so you get 100 of them at a time. No, this is a good feature. I think it's a positive one.
Again, something that probably should have been there from jump.
From jump, yeah. This one I love. Easy to locate special spots on the treasure map. This is great. I love the graphic of the chest. I think it looks really good. And there's also like a new point one, it seems. That could be like, imagine that was like 1,000,000 points like that, like some crazy number. Like, you can just skip forward a bunch. But that's really good. The most interesting one here is new effects added to the tavern. But the most interesting factor of this is not that, but it's the fact that Bandai has confirmed animations don't mean shit. It's confirmed now.
It's a higher chance, but not confirmed.
So, if you get a certain combination of animations, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed a legend or you're guaranteed the new unit. However, if you get a certain combination of animations, it's a higher percentage chance for you to get something. So, the back end probably has, I would assume then, every animation has like a percentage or has like a multiplier maybe or something like that. And then it rolls a die. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that part. But it's crazy how they've implemented an animation system and like they're just like, yeah, look, does jack shit. It doesn't actually help you at all. That's crazy. But like, I mean, it's good to know. So now like there literally is like, I guess that there still is value to look at animation. Like, oh, I got every animation. That means there's a high chance of me to maybe get the new character or whatever. But at least like there's no more sitting around like, this is the one, I got all animations. It's like, you're still gonna get probably gonna get poo anyway, so it doesn't, nothing really changes. But new tavern effects added.
I'm excited to see what they've got in store.
Are we all in the assumption that the new guy is gonna be a guaranteed new legend? That's if they're gonna add anything, like, if we're gonna go to, I mean, we can say it's been announced everywhere. Gear 5, if you see Gear 5 in the if it gets added, of course. If you see Gear 5, it's guaranteed new legend potentially. So I think that would be sick.
That I would say that would go against that is the fact that the update happens before he's supposed to come out.
Oh, so true. So true.
Maybe unless if they're gonna add it and then put it in on that Sugo Fest, maybe.
Yep.
Then
what could they add then? I guess possible. Like
potentially like new poster effects.
Okay, yeah. Like if you got like a new rare recruit or something like that, it might like flash, or maybe in the multi, it
or
might
maybe
like
when you like you pull back and you do the summon and then like it flies through all the walls and then all the different posters show up. Like, what if like a gold showed up, but then it went slow mo, and then it turned into a red or something like that?
That'd be
I'm
cool.
not sure.
That'd be really cool. I think I would like. I mean, like they wouldn't do it, but like I would like an indicator of like how like my likelihood of getting something good in the multi would be. Like if I got all animations, it displayed something like, you know, obviously it wouldn't like be like some fucking nerdgy where it's like you have an 84% chance, you know, like.
Yeah,
but
I
like
wish that we did have stuff like Dokkan that like when you get a certain animation, you know,
it's a wrap. That's what
something.
I want. Yeah. That's what I want though, and I hope that that's what they're adding. I doubt it, but I hope that they're adding like, because all I want is at least one guaranteed animation where it's like if you get this, you're got the unit, you know. Like,
yeah.
Because that's all you need as well. Every other animation's cool and all, but like, I just want to be able to like be in a Suga Fest. Imagine you go to Suga Fest, free multi. Jabronsky has 8,000 viewers on August 6th. He pulls back on the free multi if there is one, which probably won't be. And, you know, and he sees the guaranteed animation and then the chat just erupts. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the most insane thing for like people that are making content or just in general. You're just out with your buddies and you see guaranteed animation, everyone just like pops off. Like, you know, it's like even in Dokkan, I don't fuck with Dokkan, but when I get like the Rift animation or I get the what's the guy that like goes back in time?
It's the Goku Black Rift. It's the one that goes back in time is Whis.
Yeah, is that the Whis animation or the Zeno pops up?
They just pop up. It's like yo,
and you're just like like that's money. You're like I'm so excited now because you know you're getting something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like. Exactly. Like, I think that they need to do that. But I like the idea of, like, them changing posters. I think it'd be cool if they, like... If you're getting a new rare recruit or a boosted... Like, if you were to get a boosted rare recruit, maybe, like, the post, like, flashes as it goes by. So, you know, like, that one's a boosted rare recruit. Or maybe, like, they do an indication. Don't post... That tweet banged, by the way, of that image. That tweet went so fucking hard. It was crazy. But, yeah, I think those would be very exciting overall for the new tavern effects there. But I think that does it for that section, I suppose. Like that's the update 13.1. Any final thoughts?
I was gonna say like when you were talking about like the potential like maybe Gear 5 pop in for like guaranteed. I think they can do it, to be honest, even though the updates before the drop, because I don't know. I mean, it's very clear that they don't really care anymore. Like they're just like, this is it.
It's happening.
So,
yeah.
And I mean, most people know about it. Like that's like the most impossible spoiler to dodge. So, I think that they could do it. I'd be shocked if they did, because, you know,
even if it was just his like smile, you know what I mean? Like even if it was just like you see like the smile like pop up, you're like, oh shit, like something's happening.
Yeah, you know? Like that would be really cool, because like you know how that there's that random animation, like that random Luffy cut in like during the polls sometimes.
Yeah, the 11th poster one. Yeah,
like instead of that, like it's just like his, like how they showed in the trailer, it's just like his mouth and he like laughs. Like that'd be really cool.
Oh, that's actually such a good idea. Like have a random, like when a post is about to proc, have a random cut in, and have it not just be for the 11th poster. Have it like randomly cut in at like poster 6 or whatever, and it's just like the Gear 5 smile, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like
that'd be badass.
Yeah, that'd be so tight. But I guarantee you, it's nothing. Like, these animations are gonna be absolute poo anyway. So like, doesn't matter. We look forward to it though.
Yeah, because I was gonna say even like the guaranteed animation, like the blinking one. Like, I don't think it does as much anymore, but I remember, like, back then, like, there used to be a fake out sometimes. Like, you'd get, like, a rate boosted unit. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, the extended poster used to not be the guaranteed legend for a while. Yeah, that was disgusting. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Whoever made that decision, I hope they're fired. I hope they didn't no longer have a job. Like, that was disgusting. Like, that was so revolting. Todd, remember that? Yeah. Was it 690?
Yeah. I remember watching Todd's video. He was screaming, and it was a rape boosted unit.
And he got like 6 copies of Roger. Like, goddamn, bro. Come on, man. Here I am, 2 multis in, get everything. Like, it was tough. That was a tough day in the office.
God.
That's all right. Hopefully the animation's something interesting. I mean, you know, we'll wait and see for these whales to do some multis to figure it out and show, like, you know, to just start putting up the animations everywhere. So, you know, we'll go from there. Cool. 13.1, very excited. Updates are always good, you know, so we'll see how we go. Wait, hold on. before we go, in the graphic on Twitter by the Bandai team, they also mentioned wanting to go back to Treasure Map, and it will be getting updated again. I totally forgot about that. I don't know.
They said that they're gonna have another update later on in the year. It looks like it'll probably fall in line with the 0.5 Annie.
0.5 Annie.
I don't know what the hell they could possibly do at this point.
They need to stop. Like, Treasure Map is fine. It's not good. It's not good, but it's fine. You know what I mean?
It's great.
It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Amen, brother.
Yes,
But like, I think like
I can hear the pain in your voice saying it.
Like they just need to shift. They need to shift the focus away from TM though. Now, like it's.
We already know that when the update comes out, we're just gonna get less points. So
less points. Boost will be less. One thing we didn't bring up in the TM Legend, Carrot and Nami was they had a lower boost.
Oh my god.
There was a lower max boost. So they had a max boost of 1.8x as opposed to the general 2 or 2.2x.
That's crazy.
It actually, like, someone was posting, like, the last 4 treasure maps, the max point boost
has
gone down.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think I can find it, but like,
is there a reason they're doing that? Like, do they want people to play more runs?
Play more TM, pussy boy.
Oh my god.
That's about it. Like,
Poppy, it's supposed to be less repetitive content. Like,
so TM Capone was 24.29 was the max boost. TM Moment was 18.52. TM Akainu was 17.60, and TM Flampe was 13.69. So the most recent one was 13.69. So double the less. So like someone like me who let's say
it doesn't matter if you're ranking super high, but it just means that if you're just trying to get like the point rewards, it's way harder.
There's like two. I think Good Dot put it like best. Like there was like 2 ways to kind of like I'm scrolling up here until I can find his words because I don't want to butcher them. But like there was like 2 kinds of approaches to take it. On the positive side, this is what Good Dot said. On the positive side, you would technically be able to compete in higher ranks since no one would have a really high boost over each other. On the negative side, the overall point gain is lower, making it require more runs for people to reach certain goals. So for example, for myself, I didn't pull any of the boosters. Instead of, generally speaking, I would have to do like between like 35 to 40 runs with a friend captain booster. This time I had to do 50 to get 10 mil. Christ. So like it's a huge amount like more effort and time consumption. So like for a lot of people, they're not going to have the free time obviously to do that now, you know? So I like the idea of continuing to work on Treasure Map, but I think that they should put Treasure Map aside now and go to Kizuna. Kizuna needs a rework. It just does. And then even things like potentially like Rumble needs a rework. Like Grand Party needs to be put down to 12 wins max. Like that's just an excellent feature that should have been there from the jump. Like there's a lot that they need to do.
We still can't play against friends on Rumble.
There's so much. There's so many other things they need to work on. So I don't get why. I mean, I guess like Treasure Map is their cash cow. Like, you know, I would say like out of all the gamers, Treasure Map makes the most because the boosters are so necessary to like actually like have an easier time. Whereas for Kizuna, it's not really as much. So I would assume that's why they're like constantly working on it. I don't know. But I thought I would bring that up because I think that was an important thing to bring up.
The only thing I was gonna say is I said this last time they dropped the thing. I don't like when they're like, yeah, we're working on this. Like, just let us know like when the stuff comes out. or just like it's been really good. They've actually like the Twitter team. I don't know if it's the new management team or Bandai has had another resurgence again, but I think it's been like again 2 months in a row where the Twitter team's actually communicated with the players. We had like the letter last month, and now we're having another letter this month. So. Not to get optimistic, but hopefully going forward, this is like a more consistent, like every couple months we actually get some sort of communication, like an update on what they're working on. Like go back to like, remember the old days of like the newsletter that came out?
Yeah.
Like way back? Like maybe going back to even that kind of format again, I would suggest to be like really good. Show off the new 6, show off the outline for a 6+. update us on what's coming out, what's going to occur, update us on what you're working on. Great, move on. You know, it doesn't have to be like an extensive list or whatever. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this is something that this communication continues. But, you know, we'll wait and see, of course, as it goes on. So, anyway.
Yep.
All right. Now, One Piece Day, everyone. Happy One Piece Day to everyone that's listening. You know, hope you guys are enjoying your One Piece Day. I am, because Vivi and Rebecca and Shirahoshi and Mancho released.
And I hate they aren't a dual unit. It's
Vivi and Rebecca and Shirahoshi and Mancho and L plus Ratio and fell off and didn't ask.
Who asked for this unit, bro? Come on.
This unit is so lame. Lame.
I'm gonna be honest. That unit and the Nami and Robin. I mean, I'm sorry. The Nami Carrot. That gave me the very good indication that they're like, yeah, we don't know what to drop.
There's like, just put something out. Release some shit. All right. Well, Vivian, Rebecca, Shirahoshi, and Mancherry are our One Piece Day banner. Cerebral Free Spirit Dex. Their captain ability is boost the attack of all characters by 4.5, HP by 1.2, boost the color affinity of all characters by 1.2, make strength, int, and tandem slots beneficial for all characters, recovers 1.2x this character's recovery at the end of each turn you hit a good, recovers 0.8 at the end of each turn you hit a great, and recovers 0.3 every time you hit a perfect. Oh shit, they're a GGP legend.
Yep.
Oh no. We have to rebrand.
Well, there you go. We got a waifu for each of us.
Hey, there we go. Who are we? Knight is Mancherry. Fuck you.
Bruh. Fuck you.
I'm the biggest one here.
Yeah, you're definitely Shirahoshi. Flame's older than me, so he's Vivi. I'm Rebecca. That's a wrap. Done.
I'll take that.
That's a dub. Knight, respectfully.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, we're three of us are happy, so I think that's a majority.
No one's happy with Mancherry.
They're special. Reduces despair, counter heal, and counter recovery duration by 6 turns. Boost the attack of strength, dex, and int characters by 2.75 for 2 turns. Boost orb effects of cerebral characters by 2.75 for 2 turns. If this character's orb is rainbow when the special is activated. Increases duration of any attack boosting, orb amplification, base attack boosting, status attack boosting, and all attack buffs by a turn. Increases orb effects of rainbow orbs to 2.75 for 3 turns, and changes rainbow orb of this character into a tandem slot. They have super type. Yeah, super type. So any of these Straw Hats, Viola, Leo, Neptune, Kobe. Shout out Kobe for the one time. Changes all orbs of top and bottom row characters into rainbow. Orbs reduces special cooldown of this character by 5 turns. Permanently boosts the HP by static 1.2x. Recovers 30% of crew's max HP, allowing overhealing and super dex to super dex. Their support, which is probably the best part about them, is once per adventure when the supported character uses an attack boost or orb boost, changes the slot of that character into rainbow, increases the boost effects of orb and attack boost by 0.1x, and recovers 3k HP. Their super tandem at max requires any 2 of the following characters, which is the same as the super type. Boost the tandem attack of all characters by 1.2x for a turn. Increases the boost effects of orb, attack, orb, and color affinity buffs by 0.3. And increases the boost effects of chain multipliers buffs by 0.5, excluding multiplicative, I believe. I'm just going to run it through. Rumble abilities. Their ability level 5 is HP recovery up to Dex. Level 3 guard up to Dex. When HP is below 50%, applies level 2 CT up buff to self. The Rumble ability at 36 CT. When HP is below 50%, applies level 6 defense up buff to Dex for 25 seconds. Restores 2.3x recovery of HP to crew mates in a large radial range. And reduces half stats to Dex characters by 20 seconds and no GP. Cool. Is this the second unit to do HP up? Like, permanently boosting HP?
Oh,
behind Carrot?
Koala.
Yeah, not Carrot, Koala, yeah.
I believe so. There might be another one that does it, but yeah, it's very uncommon. This unit's like actually interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the captain. I don't like it that much. I'll never use this character as a captain, I don't think.
Nope.
But you only really get the most out of this character special if they are able to secure a rainbow slot when you launch their special. And doing that when they're not the captain, I think will be very difficult.
Yep.
Because of their super type allowing you to get that.
Yep.
And then their super tandem is like actually pretty cool, but the issue with this is the fact that they give you a 1.2 attack boost, which is really low, but then they boost attack orb affinity by plus 0.3. Now I have an issue with that. Or they buff chain addition as well. I have an issue with this because there's so many ways to already buff attack orb color affinity.
Yep.
And if you're doing that, it makes the super tandem way less valuable. Yep. And you're basically just getting a 1.2 attack boost at level 5.
If it specified / mentioned like it like can be stacked.
If it could, that would be amazing.
Then you're talking different game, right? But it doesn't. So our assumption is that it won't. So the super tandem's not good. The rainbow beneficial like orbs to 2.75x their damage is nuts. That's so crazy. Like that provides so much more damage. But the problem with that is now I have to shoehorn in this unit and a unit to give me a full board of rainbow slots. Because I mean, I guess you don't have to, but like, unless I want to use this unit as a captain, like, you know, it's a very as Stump would say, i.e. fuck that guy. It's a wonky kit, you know, like it's a very wonky character. It doesn't seem. It doesn't have it's not that good. It's not that good.
It's clunky, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's just not that wow. Like, the support's great. I think that the support is gonna be fucking cracked.
Yeah, that support will see play for sure.
Like, especially like on units like having it on like all the straw hats is just already a dub. Like plus 0.1 to attack an orb, like is just, and giving them a rainbow slot is just really, really good. I could see that like being a problem because, like, for example, like if you attach this guy, this unit to Zoro, and Zoro needs to have the tandem slot, and you have a rainbow slot so it doesn't convert. Like, I guess like there's like going to be problems in that kind of regard, but having this like be like a nice like 0.1 to attack an orb is really, really good.
That's actually really strange. I'm just noticing this now.
What's up?
And let me just take their super tandem. Okay, so in their super tandem and their super type, you're allowed to have Kobe as one of the units, but then the support doesn't attach to Kobe. Like, it includes everyone, but then the support,
no Kobe.
You can't put it on Kobe. Like, that's actually kind of strange.
On the database it says Kobe, but I don't know if that's correct.
For the support?
After Chopper.
Yeah,
look after Chopper.
After Chopper.
It's really weirdly placed.
Oh, okay, that's...
It's a straw hat now.
Okay, yeah.
Kobe straw hat confirmed. Kobe straw hat confirmed. Pog.
That is weird. Okay.
Well. Yeah, no, that was weird as well. Because I was looking, I was like, "Where the hell is he?" But then he's like, "Oh, there he is, right next to." He's right next to Robin. Makes sense, you know. There you go. Yeah, like, it's just there's not much to talk about. Like, there just really isn't. Like, it's a One Piece Day unit. Like, it's a problem because like. Wano Law is still so good. Like, you know what I mean? He still actually holds a mantle to being extremely valuable as a character.
Yeah,
you know?
I was actually like also half expecting Wano Law to get to be this month's 6+ as well.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, but it is still the girls' celebration, so we've probably got to wait for that.
They're alright. They're Rumble Kit. I don't care. I just don't.
They could have given us Wano Law with the female Law.
Oh my days. Can't wait for that unit release. Fucking I'm gonna do some
questionable
disturbing things.
Hey, yo.
There's nothing else to really say. Peanut Gallery? Anything else? On the Reverie Waifus?
Nah, yeah,
They're green.
killed it.
They're green. That's a fact. That's actually a fact right there.
You cannot dispute that fact.
All right, cool. Out of 10. That's it.
I mean, like 8 again. Like, I really don't care about this unit at all.
Yeah, it's like a 6.5.
I give them like 7.
Yeah, 6.5, 7 from me.
7.
Okay, there we go. All right, that's it. Enough said. One Piece Day livestream, August 5th PST, August 6th JST. He is coming, and so am I. Let's fucking go, dude. It's finally happening. Gear 5 is releasing into One Piece Peja Poos. You know what I'm saying?
Can you believe it's finally time?
Dude, I'm so excited. Like, I released like a 1.5 minute clip on like my channel, like about me reacting to it. I fucking like was screaming. I'm so excited, dude. I mean, there's not much to really talk about. I guess we can. This is like our point to give our guesses, and then when so here's the thing: we record our next episode is the same weekend as Gear 5 release. So we'll have to definitely lock in the Friday US, Saturday AUS. Yeah, we'll have to do it early Sunday morning. But then again, the episode releases at like 11:30 or 12 o'clock our time. So like, when we generally will finish recording or like thereabouts. So like, we'll talk about that that's offline. But maybe we might have to dedicate the whole app to just being like just chatting Gear 5 pretty much and talk about the Treasure Cruise unit as well and etc. Anyway, I guess there's not much to talk about. We know one of the artworks. We don't know if it's an old art or if it's a evolved art or if it's a whatever art. We know what it looks like. We've seen it. It's the laughing face, which is just incredible. There also seems to be a revive mechanic, potentially. Like,
that'd be pretty neat.
What are we thinking? Let's put our predictions out there. I'm gonna write them down, and then we'll come back to it and see how close or how off we were. Let's go with color class. Like, what color and classes? What's our vibe for the game?
Well, I mean, Free Spirit's a given.
I think we're all in contention for Free Spirit being a safe. I agree.
Definitely. Yep. I think it'd be Free Spirit, Fighter, and I think it has to be Intersci. That kind of just goes with the unit, in my opinion.
Knight, what do you think?
Probably same classes, but I think strength.
I'm also in the same boat as strength as well.
Psy.
See, I'm strength. Free Spirit Cerebral is like what I want.
Cerebral.
Yeah, I think it might be Cerebral. I can see it being Cerebral, but I think Fighter will make the most sense. But I think that there is a shot for it being a Cerebral unit. I don't know why. It just makes sense to me.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. So we're kind of, I think like the consensus for us then is like Inside or Strength. I mean, that's too broad. We're In or Psi, and then Free Spirit Fighter. We all like, that's kind of like what we're vibing with here. What do you do, Todd? Second class, you didn't mention it. Are you also fighter camp, or what are you thinking?
Fighter. I'm fighter.
Yeah, okay. Do we think there's going to be a revive resurrection style mechanic?
That would be cool though.
It would be very fitting of the character. There's no unit that revives right now, right?
Brook.
As far as I know.
Brook.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Brook,
it's been that long.
Yeah, I mean V2 Brook has like the resist. It's not a revive. It's like a resilience.
Yeah.
Like mechanic, but Brook's still the only unit that revives like properly.
Would you be upset if it was Luffy that revives into Gear 5?
No, but me and Stump had a conversation about this, and it's going to sound a bit outlandish, but I think it needs to be. The unit has to be the best legend in the game or top 3 before the revive. Like, it can't be the best legend in the game post-revive. I would not be happy with that. I think it'd be a cop-out if it did.
if they did do it, maybe like the base captain would have a way where you die easier.
Give him rush.
Like increased damage taken in the captain or something, or health cuts.
Let him
or just kills you.
Yeah, when you pop the special,
when you reach the final stage, you immediately die.
You die. You die. That's it. Game over. Screen pops up. What are you gonna say, Flame?
No, I was saying, are you saying that it would need to be like top 3 type of unit if he revived into Gear 5, or just if he was Gear 5
pre Gear 5? So it has to be top 3 unit pre Gear 5. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say Gear 5. Top 3 unit pre revive, and then just I want to sit there. And again, I'm taking the words out of Stump's mouth. Pause on that. I want it to be like, this unit is fucking cracked, and he revives as well. Like that's kind of that's kind of like what I want to feel when I like read the unit or when I look at the unit per se.
I mean, regardless of my opinion, revival or not, I think it should be the best unit in the game. Like it has to be,
like bar none. If it isn't, it's an L. Like top 3, I'll accept. Like if he's on the same tier as like Super Tandem Nami and Rush Sanji, like we're cooking, you know. But I think he has to be better than that. He just has to be.
Yeah, I don't care if we talking 7x multiply. I don't care what we talking.
Give him fucking 20.
You gotta pull up.
All right, hold on. I want to write it down. So revive. Are we all thinking? Okay, I'm gonna go around the grounds. Flame, revive, yes or no? Do you think he'll have a revive?
I think he should have a revive, so I'll say yeah.
Knight.
I think he should, but I don't know if he will. Just because like how the game is nowadays, like, and like it would have to be like you can like kill yourself and then like
so
get the revive like instantly or something like that.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Like, it's true though. It's true though.
Taking like damage and shit is just like
it's too long. It takes
not
too long.
Something you would do anymore. Yeah, and like most stages are like 7 turns or some shit. So like he wouldn't be useful in Grand Voyage if you had to like.
Yeah, good point.
Like take a lot of hits and shit like that. So I don't know.
So you're no.
Yeah, probably not.
Todd?
I mean, maybe... I would say, at this moment, no.
Ooh.
But I think it would be cool. Like, I feel like this unit's probably going to have EX special at this point. I think that makes sense.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And, like, what if like, it had an EX special? Like, this is just hypothetically if it had a revive, where the EX special killed you.
Yeah, no, I think I can see that happening.
But then if you like already die and you still have your EX special to use, maybe it's like if you're in a revived state, it does something else. Maybe.
That's
so if you're running
cool
if you're running double Luffy, you could use 1 to die and 1 to do something else.
Yep. Yeah, I like that idea.
That could work.
So I want to make a nice graphic. Like that's my goal.
Okay.
So like in terms of like all of our kind of guesses per se and see how close we were. So Todd, revive. So you said no. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes to a revive. Are we all?
2 yes and no.
Yeah, 2 yes, 2 no. I'll go back and listen to like the specific colors and classes that everyone said. EX Super. I think he will. I think he will.
Yeah, probably.
It would make sense. Yeah.
So everyone's all yes. I don't know what else is there to kind of predict. Like I don't want to go in there and like start typing at captain abilities because that's too much. I don't really care about that. Do you think he'll be a flat 6x captain? Flat, like no like if matching slot, like pure just like boost X or boost all by 6x or something like that?
No.
Whoa, hold on. What? Boost orbs by 6x?
Boost all I should say. Not orbs. My bad. I said orbs. Like he boosts all characters by 6x, like attack or whatever it is, like as a captain ability. Do you think he'll be a flat 6x captain, or do you think he'll be conditional?
Conditional.
Yeah, I think he'll have something like that. I think he'll be upwards of a 6x multiplier captain. I agree with that. I hope that there's like utility in the captain, like resisting debuffs or something. Maybe like Alba.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So you think it'll be a conditional?
Cooldown.
You think it like the captain ability will be a like conditional style one where it's like if you have a matching slot, does like 6x, 6.25, otherwise 5.75 or something like that?
I'm gonna guess it's based on tap timing. Or
Oh,
like, like if you consistently hit perfects, you're gonna keep getting 6x.
okay, that's a really cool shout.
And then like minimum of 5.5.
Yep. All right. So Todd think tap timing related captain. Flame, you're thinking conditional based captain. So if this
captain, you're asking me about captain ability in general,
or just like how do you think? So Todd thinks the multiplier will be based upon tap timing. So if you continue to hit perfects, you'll continue to get a 6S captain ability, like that kind of thing. What do you think? What do you think is going to constitute the highest value for the captain ability or whatever? Besides, like if there's a revive or not, etc.
I don't think it'll be based around tap timing. I think it'll be one of them where it's like, this is the multiplier when you use your special ability, or whatever happens, super type, super whatever. This is what the new multiplier will be. But I guess you were gonna ask this at some point, but I want to kind of say it now. I think it'd be really cool if they also implement like heavy damage reduction to the unit, because
the
viewers will see like when they see it or whatever,
when it comes time, yeah,
like when they watch the episodes. But in that form, he's very durable. He's able to take like these retarded attacks.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a very interesting concept to implement to the unit, because I don't think there's really a unit in the game that is like crazy tanky, but also has like some of the best DPS in the game. So I think that would be a really interesting mechanic.
Actually, that's interesting too. Is like we have those really old captains that are like, however much damage you take, you reflect it back as end of turn damage.
Yeah, Kuma the goat.
Like those are like never really brought into the game now, but like because of some of the attacks that Luffy does, like that would be really cool.
Todd just gave me an interesting concept, but I will bring it up when you ask more questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Flame down as conditional based upon special. Does that sound fair?
Oh, like timescale Luffy.
Yeah, like based around special, or like a revival, or like whatever the hell he has. Like
so based
whatever.
So it wouldn't be like 5.25x if you have a matching slot 5.5. It'd be like 5.25. If the special is launched or if you've revived in the following turn, boost the captain ability by like 5.10 or whatever. I don't know.
I would just write multiplier based on effect with like an asterisk.
Yeah,
what based on a chain boosting captain.
Oh, fuck off.
No.
Knight, what do you think? Knight, what do you think?
Yeah, I also think it'll be like conditional, but I wouldn't say with a special.
So you think it's just a conditional captain, like if you have a matching slot, give it like more damage. If not, it's this number.
Yeah, something like that.
And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be the odd one. I'm gonna go flat. He's gonna be fucking the best. He's gonna be flat like 6.25 or some shit. He's just he's gonna be cracked as hell. Next thing I'm gonna get a bit particular. If you guys get bored, just tell me. We can stop at any point. Rainbow captain ability, yes or no?
To an extent. I think he'll probably give further boost to Free Spirit.
So main boosting a class, but potential like Rainbow.
Yeah, I think he'll still boost everyone, but then he'll give more damage to Free Spirit.
Okay, I like that.
I can see that.
I think I agree with that actually. Yeah, we're all in the same boat there. I think.
I think.
Yeah, you go.
I was gonna say. I was kind of scrolling through like some of the previous units. I think they'll do it based on class, because I was looking at like the last couple of legends, and that's kind of what it was around.
So you think you think like no boost? So you think like class, like color class, but no boosting. Like rainbow.
I mean, I would hope it's rainbow. That's what I would prefer, but I could see them kind of going with what they've been releasing lately.
All right, I'll put you down as color class.
Yeah.
Special's gonna be too hard to kind of predict, because like there's just a lot. But I think the last thing we'll go in, because we're getting a bit too far in now, I suppose. Potential abilities. I guess like more so like, will they have rush, tandem, final tap? Will it have multiple? What do you guys think?
I've always. Oh no, you go, Flame. You go.
Oh, I was gonna say I think it'd be cool if he had the rush mechanic because only
Rush?
Sanji has it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Todd?
Yeah, so that would be cool.
I've always had the ideology where I hope that he has rush and final tap.
Rush final tap, okay.
Yep. So if you've got double captains, you can use one for rush and then one for final tap.
Genius. Knight?
We're not counting. We already counted super for him before, right? So that wouldn't count for like final tap and whatnot.
Yes.
Like super type and stuff.
No, like EX super.
Oh.
Like, wouldn't that be like in the same?
No, it's not a
those-
potential
No.
ability.
EX Super is like
okay.
the same thing
Yeah,
as like a super type or super class ability, more or less.
Gotcha. I can see him like having like final tap.
Final tap?
Yeah, or rush.
Final tap or rush. And I'm going to go with he's going to have rush and tandem.
Tandem.
Super
Okay.
tandem. So like
Okay.
he rushes first and then that procs his tandem ability to start going off. Kind of
And
thing.
before all three.
Bruh. It could
Sure,
be.
sure.
All right. So I've got some stuff written down. It's not like we're not going to predict the full unit because I mean we could get into specials and that would take like 20 hours to go through. But hopefully if I remember I'll make a little graphic and then release it on my Twitter and we'll kind of we'll see who was the quote unquote most correct, I suppose. I don't know. But
Reduces cooldown by 3.
okay, here we go.
Removes
He's
all
going off. Let him cook.
silence. No, imagine.
He's going off. Go off, King. I do see him being like some sort of heavy like cooldown reduction as well. I think Todd, you like briefly mentioned that for like a little bit.
Yeah.
I can agree to that. I think that could definitely be a mechanic that we do see. But I think like I guess as a general consensus, I don't know if it's like a good question to ask, but I'm just gonna go with it anyway. What do you want out of the unit? Like not specifically what he does potentially, but like what do you want? Like, do you want the unit to bring a new mechanic entirely? Do you want the unit to just be really good? Do you want them to be like really quick, like speed farm? Like, do you just want them to just be like a solid, fun character? Like, what do you guys want the unit to represent, to be in Treasure Cruise? Because this, and we've said it a few times, but now we can kind of get into it. This genuinely will be the make or break for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are riding on Gear 5 and the quality of the unit that releases alongside it. And if it isn't good, I think a lot of people are out. And I think that's very daunting to think about, but it makes sense, I suppose.
I was just thinking about this now actually. Like it would be cool if his special was somewhat similar to Versus Kaido, where you get like big boosts, but then like he like can fully charge his special or like your crew specials again.
Yep.
So like maybe like use his special, a lot of people maybe have the idea of like you can like pick a buff that you want to activate, and then maybe like fully charge your special again, and then use your special again and get another buff of your choosing or whatever. Like something like that where you can literally, because it's the embodiment of freedom, so you can freely choose what buffs you would like.
That sounds actually like, so kind of like a Bon Clay screen, but like for like picking like attack boost, or boost, color affinity, chain locks, etc, etc.
Yeah. And then maybe
like
if he had that and then he had like a rush special that could like buff your buffs that you have.
Oh, okay, I see you. Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I think for me, like, obviously, like, I really like the combination of having Zoro Sanji and then Luffy Yamato. Mm-hmm. I would hope that this unit does work well with at least Zoro and Sanji. So like, you know, some sort of like mixture in that kind of regard there. I just want the unit. I think that the only thing that I want is that the unit has to be the best character in the game. It doesn't make sense for him not to be the best unit in the game, which is a lot of pressure, but yeah.
I would also want, like, if he's going to be rush, it'd be cool if like he had an effect that inflicted increased damage taken as well.
Yeah.
So that, you know, he's the first to attack, but then because he's the first to attack, he inflicts that debuff, which means if you end up using Super Tandem Zoro, that he has a conditional versus increased damage taken, so that could work. Interesting.
I think there's a lot there, and I think like I would not be satisfied. I think I would have the leeway of like top 3 legend, but like I think that if he isn't the best legend bar none, and it's like not even a conversation. Like for example, like when Roger released, there was no conversation.
He was the best.
He was the best by like an extent. When like V2 Straw Hats released, there also like wasn't really at the time at least there wasn't a conversation. Like they were just the best bar none, you know? Yeah. When Nami released, there was conversation, but over time you realize that like Nami was absolutely broken. And then I guess right now we're in the era of like Rush Sanji, where I personally think that like he's a really incredibly valuable character, and potentially over time he will be in the conversation of like the best legend. I would hope that this unit leans more towards the Roger side, where when he drops, everyone's like, yep, consensus, he's fucking incredible. Like, you need to have him, kind of. Because Roger was like a must get. You needed Roger. He was just so good. So I hope he's in the same boat.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
So. I feel like if in PvP, I feel like a revive in PvP makes so much sense.
Yeah, without a doubt. It'd be backwards not to do that. I totally agree.
As much as we despise the revive mechanics, it actually makes sense for this unit.
Yeah, I think it should be fun too.
Yeah, I would like I guess like I don't want the kit to be like super straightforward. I wouldn't mind a bit of gimmickiness with the unit, but at least not to the extent of like if you have 3 free spirits and 2 cerebrals, it does like this, and it, you know, like no. Just like, also that would actually be pretty cool like idea as well. Like depending on how many of a class or color, it does like certain things as well. I don't know. Maybe that's getting too far, but like, yeah, I agree with Knight. Like it needs to be fun. Like I want to like pop the unit and be able to use the unit with like lots of different teams and just be like to enjoy like, you know, enjoy like being able to play with the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing I was gonna say, like on Gear 5, was not to be a downer, but I was like, they really couldn't just show the art. Like this dude.
I know they teased it so hard.
He's plastered all over the event. Yeah. Every other game was showing him. I was like, come on, Treasure Cruise.
Because OPBR didn't have him. They got an EX Lauren Kid, which was very interesting.
I mean, surely they'll get it.
They'll get him at some point. Yeah, I think they'll get him later. But like, yeah, like that artwork's cracked. Like it's like, like there's a lot there, you know. So, I guess like one thing we can add to the prediction sheet is: do you think there'll be an alt art?
Surely there has to be an alternating pen artwork, I would think.
So Todd thinks yes. Flame Knight.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
It's a money maker.
I'm gonna be the opposite and say no. I'm just gonna say no. That's gonna be. I'm just gonna be
just cause.
Just cause. Why not? I agree. They do with Luffy Yamato. An old art TCG card. Jesus Christ. No, because like I don't know. Like again, look, the art we're looking at, that could be like the 5-star. That could be the 6-star. That could be like, for all we know, the 6+. That could be the old art. Like, you know, like who knows? Like, you know, what's gonna come about, I suppose. So yeah, that's it. Gear 5, August.
We're all excited, man.
We're so gassed. August 5th PST, August 6th JST. We look forward to it. I'm super. 2 weeks time, we'll be there. We'll be on this. We'll have the. Hopefully, we get the information a little early, like we usually do, like 2 days before it releases. So we have it before we record would be ideal. So I do want to talk about it when it drops, because I feel like it's a no-brainer to bring it up, I suppose. All right. In other news, July Medal Exchange. You guys forgot about that one?
Yeah, I did actually.
Ulti and V2 Hero is 600 medals. Nice. Everything is shit. You do have at the 100 medal tier for the TM characters. You have TM Rare Recruit Khalifa mid, but you also have TM Rare Recruit Vivi and TM Rare Recruit Perona, the Yukata versions of them. They're both really good. Yeah. So I'd recommend picking them up, and then
the strength pudding, the bikini one. She's actually
there as well. So make sure you get those ones. I think she'll be there for like ever though. So it's not like
Oh, it says limited for her.
Oh, it's limited one? Okay, never mind. So make sure you go, pick them up. Arena Raiju.
It's OPTC Girls, so it's a bunch of female.
It's the lovely ladies.
Yeah.
Arena Raiju dropped. Cool. Nice.
It's actually cool that we got a new arena. And she's
new arena.
Bad, to be honest.
She's alright, yep. I do like it.
Yeah.
Team Silhouette looking like to be the Kid Yamato. Where she's like holding the papers. So that's going to be
Yamato, yeah.
Baby Yamato's coming through. And then also Raid V2 Bonnie is dropped as well. Which is cool. Like, we joke about it, but it is actually really awesome that we've gotten a raid, like an arena and a raid like behind, like, after each other. So like I'm hoping, but I doubt it, that again this would be like a more consistent thing of getting arena/raids every like month or two. Because we need it at this point. Like, you need something else to actively go and use your V1 Kaido on. So like you need to go do it. That's about it on that front. From everyone's favorite section into the shoutouts. As per usual, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go on there, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and they are commenting today, Todd.
Boing.
Comment below if you made it this far. Make sure you hit boing in the comment section. If you want to support us financially, you can hit the join button. Plenty of different tiers. Get the episodes a little earlier than everyone else. We do greatly appreciate that support. But, with all of our supporters and our members, our GGP producers of TheLordShiro and Alexander Wisniewski, our perfect member of Bryan, Kisa, and McDermott, our great members of MyDrunkenMoneky, Cswins, and Kataki Bonji, and our good members of Ryoiin O'Leary, Stump D, Gacha, Red Halo, Dr. E Recshin, Wankafella, and Mike Shallow. And you guys will continue support. Appreciate you all. Very, very much appreciate it. But from everyone's favorite section into the shoutouts, into everyone's actual favorite section, everyone at once, it is the Q&A. I'm so glad that's become a thing. That's so great. If you have any questions, make sure you send them through to us at GGP Podcast or via our YouTube community tab. First question in from @Obsidian_Steed_. He asks, if a Straw Hat crew member was to die, whose death would leave the biggest impact to the crew? For me, I'd have to say Nami. Did Knight just died? Is Knight okay?
Oh, no.
Knight just died. Knight was the dead in the crew.
Damn.
Okay, he's gone for a bit. All right, never mind. Imagine Luffy having to go back to Orange Town and tell Genzo and Nojiko that he failed to keep his promise to keep Nami alive.
It's Robin.
If Robin dies, it's a wrap. You have Pudding and that's it. That's the only person that can do anything for you.
It's straight up Robin, 100%.
I think if Sanji dies, that's also fucking tough.
Yeah, but a cook is replaceable. Even though, it's not Sanji, but you can find someone to get you food, make you food. Someone else on the crew could probably make food. Not as good as Sanji, obviously.
Of course.
But
Robin dying is
pretty
tough.
much irreplaceable.
Yeah, Robin's literally the most valuable person in the world right now. Like, it's
obviously,
if
Luffy died, that would be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that'd be a bit cringe. That'd be a bit like, okay, fair enough. But yeah, no, I agree. Robin's a fucking shout.
Yeah. If I'm not picking Robin, I would pick Nami because they wouldn't get nowhere without her.
Yeah, it's also I agree with that too.
They're all valuable.
For example, when they went to Zoe and they found the red poneglyph, Robin literally deciphered it and was like, "Here, Nami." Yeah,
here's the information. Go use it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's they're like a tag team.
Yeah, they could do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Nah, I agree. All right. Next question from Straw Hat Goose. Genshin's son or OPTC daughter? I'd pick an abortion. Next question. From @Red Halo Gaming. He asks one OPTC question and one off-topic question. What's the most disappointing legend in terms of not living up to the hype, excluding Rumble?
In general?
In general, yeah. Not living up to the hype, excluding Rumble legends.
Was there a legend that was super hyped up, but then was shit? Oh, Kaido crew.
Yep. That you smashed that. Yep.
Yeah, that legend, everyone was so excited for it, and he was just terrible.
Everyone was like, so much wave clear. I mean, I was
V1 Kaido's dead.
I was in the camp of being like, oh my god, like there's so much wave clear, you can swap into like 100k fix, and you pop the special, and then end of turn damage, and you just like, I can just run through everything, and then content stopped releasing, and stopped becoming as valuable. But no, I would actually say, yeah, Kaido and the lead performers. Yeah, that's my shot, 100%.
I would say from when I was playing, a unit that I feel like was hyped up but didn't end up being that crazy was V1 Big Mom.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a shout. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, people talked her up.
Everyone thought like that rampage ability was gonna like just absolutely like run through content.
Oh my god, 10 times captain! Can you believe it?
Yo, bog, and it auto taps too. Nice, and you're just like, all right, buddy. All right, buddy, calm down. Yeah, I think like those are two great shots. I'm scrolling through, like I don't think there's any. I mean, like I guess like in the more modern era, it's hard because we already know everything, so we can kind of make judgment. But I guess like back in the old day when we knew like JP had legends that we were looking at, you could be like, oh, this is gonna be good or this is gonna be bad.
Another one would be Luffy Sanji.
Oh, you know what?
I don't agree with that because like when they came out on JP they were crazy, but on global they kind of got fucked over.
Yeah, because Roger kind of
existed. Yeah, so like the unit itself, like on JP, they were clearly the best unit. So I don't agree with that too much.
I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a very tough one. Do I agree with that? Maybe to some degree, yes.
On
but
global, I feel like that was the case.
On global, yes. No, I'll agree. Like as a separate on global, yes, because Roger literally released 2 months before, and Roger did everything they did but better. Like it was just like, hey, fuck you. But on JP, they were the unit to have when you started an account, pretty much. Like they were just absolutely busted.
Yeah.
It's hard to go for older legends because like older legends released at a less frequent rate, and it felt like there was always a steady like power increase over time. So it didn't feel like many legends came out that were like super disappointing. But because we have so many more frequent legends in modern days, it's easy to pick out like the ones that weren't that good.
I think maybe for me, like a random shout was TM Sanji.
Yeah, to an extent.
Okay.
I think the way that, I guess for myself, the way I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is going to like solve a lot of problems with like having to you get like a 4-turn attack boost and you don't have to worry about this and that. But then like actually using the unit is just like not good. Like, it just wasn't like, there was no value into the unit whatsoever. So I guess like for me, maybe it would be like something like TM Zanji or Kaido and the lead performers, I think would be my shouts.
What about like on the flip side, what legend came out that was super hyped that actually lived up to the hype? To me, it was like Bullet.
Yeah, the GOAT. The fucking GOAT. Luffy and Law, yeah. Honestly, Ace Akainu. Ace versus Akainu.
Yeah.
They're like
Lucy.
still so good. Yeah, Legend Lucy, yep.
V2 Dofi.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Totally.
Yep. V2 Lucci.
He's I still think Lucci's still underrated. I think Lucci's actually a really good character. I think obviously time has like aged him a lot, but I think that at the time he was not valued enough. Like, he was actually a really good legend, like a really good legend.
He was the go-to. Him and Cat Viper.
The base attack boost busted. Like, you know what I mean? At the time, like that was crazy. But
yep.
Yeah,
I'd say
Uta,
TSL as well.
TSL, yeah, TSL's disgusting. Uta as well. Uta
V2 Akainu too.
V3, fucking no V3 Akainu. I take that back. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
that's the worst guy.
OG Gear 4.
Yeah, V1 Gear 4
nasty.
cracks, and then Snake Man said hello and was even better. Like
Roger, definitely.
Oh, Roger for sure, clear.
Yeah, I would say that there was like majority of the units that were super hyped up in OPTC were like they came through.
Yeah,
there weren't that many units that like were super hyped up.
No man, Legend Kuma.
Ended up sucking.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
well, nobody was hyped for that.
I was hyped because it was Kuma. we could finally start having the conversations. Do you think there'll be a Legend Kuma anytime soon? Yes, and he's shit. All right, next part of the question: Ethan Hunt versus James Bond, 1v1 fist fight. Both 35 years old. Pick your Bond. Hunt is obviously Tom Cruise version.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
much about James Bond to pick a Bond, to be honest. I know a couple, but
We'll go like the most like Daniel Craig. Like he's our era's Bond, I suppose. I think it's Daniel Craig, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's him.
Daniel Craig versus Ethan Hunt. Who's winning? I think Daniel Craig, surely.
Let's say Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
I think he's smoking this fucking Mission Impossible Donnie. Todd, you got
it's a fist fight as well, so there's no weapons.
No.
I feel like Ethan Hunt is more athletic.
Sure. Yep.
Than James Bond, so in that sense, that's a positive. But if they're just talking about a fist fight, I actually don't know. I'm gonna just go Ethan Hunt just to be different.
Just be different. There you go.
Because I like the Mission Impossible movies more than James Bond movies.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Cool.
I need to go see the new one.
Ooh.
So baby you don't like it that much.
You didn't like it?
No, I'm saying he doesn't like it that much. He hasn't seen the new one yet.
I went and saw Oppenheimer the other day.
Oh, I get it.
Let's go.
It was
how was that?
Good.
No,
it was pretty good, but the thing is, it was such a long movie, and it's obviously very dialogue heavy, very character driven, and like for those reasons, it's not a movie that I'd want to rewatch again. Because like I feel like once I've watched it once, I don't really need to see it again. Like there's no like big action set pieces that makes you want to rewatch it again. But personally, I love seeing the movie, and definitely it's a movie that I think everyone should experience just because it was a fantastically made movie and the acting was phenomenal. But I wouldn't watch it again. But it's good.
Are you going to see Barbie too?
Probably not. But
Damn.
shout out to those that go watch it.
Go off, Queens.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I'm gonna see it.
You gonna see it?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it too.
Yeah, I'm seeing both of them.
I was meant to go watch Oppenheimer on Friday, and then my friend didn't book, so we got to the cinema, and it was full.
Wow.
So he lost friend points. Fucking loser.
So now I'm down -1 friend.
Now I've got one less friend, which is awesome. So if anyone wants to be my friend, you know the applications are open. Yeah. All right. Next question. At baby_quals, they ask, "Are we not tired of the summer waifu banners yet? What would be everyone's thought on a summer husbando banner? What legends would you like to see?" I'm down. Just fucking send it, man.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did it last year in a way. Like last year's One Piece Day was Zoro Sanji. So I actually don't mind if they do like 1 year waifus, the other year husbandos. I think that's okay.
Yeah, diversity. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they don't bring in money.
Like an ace.
Yeah, an ace, a naked ace. I'm down. What?
I'm sure some people would love a lore.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now we're talking my language. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I'm in. Good idea. Good idea. We like
White beard and shorts.
Bro. That would be so funny. I'm so down. A dual Whitebeard and Ace dual unit, but like summer version. I'm fucking in.
That would go hard.
Blackbeard and Jesus Burgess summer edition.
Oh yes.
That's crazy.
I'm in. I'm so in. Let's go. Let's run it. All right, next question from @LilBobo2626. They ask, "Do you think we will get a producer video or anything to hype up the spoiler unit coming out, or just data download and it's here?" Well, we got the One Piece Day stuff.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a producer video.
We don't get a producer video. I don't.
Like, I mean, they didn't do it for when Yamato came out.
Yeah. I think we'll get a producer video.
I assume it's just going to show up. Like, we'll have the episode air, and then an hour later, you know,
Banners in the game.
It'll be in the game, yeah.
Yeah. I could see us getting a data download like 2 days before, like we generally will. You know, a couple of days beforehand. But at the same time, I could understand if they wanted to be like very, like, I guess, quote unquote secretive about it.
Yeah, I'm totally expecting it to be day of release is the download.
Because they did that with Wano Law when he first dropped. That was so really fun. I also remember you were streaming and then everyone was like, one of those fucking is out on global. What the hell is simultaneous release?
Shanks crew as well.
Yeah, and then Shanks crew was coming out too. Oh, that was a good time. I would like that. I would not be opposed to them just dropping like Gear 5 Luffy on the day. that'd be really tight.
Then we have to experience all and like kind of judge.
Is he good? Is he bad? I don't know. What do we do? Like, you're just like fucking scared.
It doesn't matter. He's still people are gonna pull no matter what.
Yep. I mean, I'm so in for that. I'd much rather that. All right. Next question from @TheJuiceExpress. They ask, "Hey guys, first question in a long time. We get units with sail abilities that reduce special bind, paralysis, special reverse. Do you think we could ever get units that reduce other things like bind and attack down? And in that same notion, maybe a unit that just resists bind in general? Thanks and keep up the great work. Much love, Kisa." Thank you, Kisa. We appreciate you. That's a good point. I think in due time we will get units that just like resist a turn of bind passively, like in their sailor ability. That'd be really broken as well. Like really, really good. So I think like at some point we will. I don't know when, but I think we will. Like because we are like he's right. Like we have special bind, we have paralysis, we have special reverse, we have like, you know, gives them cooldown if a special's pop. So like it kind of like leans towards the idea of like eventually we'll get things that potentially reduce like Sailor Despair, or I mean we have a potential ability for that, but like bind and despair and etc. I could see that being a thing overall.
Yeah,
so.
I mean like we have these like unique crewmate abilities, like ones that do auto healing now and stuff, and even the new Viola that just came out with the One Piece Day event. One of her crewmate abilities is like if she taps with a rainbow slot, you halve enemies' defense for 1 turn.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, like that's like a very unique crewmate ability. So yeah, they could definitely introduce some interesting stuff like that.
Yeah, cool, good. That's fucked. What the hell? That's
yeah, it's really cool. And she's a defense and conditional booster too, so it makes sense.
Oh my days, she's broken. What the hell? Fucking better than the legend. Next question from Wankafella. Pause. Hey fellas, I must first start off by apologizing for last week. I was wrong in what I said about Big Mom and how she got all those baby daddies. Young Big Mom was top tier waifu. They did her justice in the anime, even looking a bit like Yamato. Just saying, do we know who Yamato's mother is? Fuck off. Fuck off, man. For fuck's sake. Anyway, on the OPTC side of things, now that we know that the real One Piece Day is August 5th, how do you imagine the banner to be? Oh, that's a great question.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about too, is that when Yamato came out, she debuted alongside Ulti Page 1. Do we think there's going to be another legend with this unit?
I think we could see a Momo or we could see a Kaido. I think it's like it makes sense for either those two to release. I think Momo would make a lot of sense. Yamato probably not, but I mean we're not going to get Yamato because we have baby Yamato. So I think it'll be like a Momonosuke like legend as well.
Yeah, Momo would actually be really cool. I'd be down.
I think it's time for that. I think it's like during Anniversary, I think everyone was delusional thinking that Momonosuke should have had a legend, but I think now it's like if you like go back and reread the chapters, like Momo is so heavily involved in the Gear 5 process, like it just makes sense for him to be released alongside.
Yeah.
I do think though, like I know it's gonna be shitty, but I think we're gonna be getting a film red style structure. So 3 Super Suga Fest back to back, 3 crack legends, 3 side legends. I think that's very plausible.
What for like Gear 5?
Yeah, Gear 5, something. Gear 5, Kaido, and then something else.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah, I think like judging by the fact that the Kizuna banner lasts like 2 months, I think there's gonna be another legend releases for September. That'll be like a really good legend to have on Kizuna, and then also you'll have another you'll have Gear 5 also be very good on Kizuna as well, something like that. I can see that because like the next super boss is September, as far as people are saying. So like, I think that it's very plausible that we'll get a film red structure style of things, not just like a solo dolo banner.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
What do you think? Do you think it's just gonna be a 1 banner, 3 parts, Gear 5?
I think it'll just be like a 1 banner that'll last a month.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, or maybe multiple parts. Yeah, for like different
of course.
units. Yeah. I do reckon there'll be maybe one other legend. I feel like there's a good possibility of that happening. Yeah, but also if there is no other legend and it's just him by himself, like
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
happy.
be opposed to that.
I'm gassed.
But I also do hope that the units on the banner are actually good too. Like, I
there's
would
gonna
love
be
to see the
Super
anniversary units come back. Like, I want to pull more copies of Zoro. I want more
Exactly,
copies of
you know.
Sanji.
Exactly. It's like I think he'll be Super Sugar Fest. He won't be any exclusive because it's not anniversary.
Right.
He'll be Super Sugar Fest, so without a doubt. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they bring back, what they rate boost, what they put on the banners, etc. That'd be, you know, it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's an absolute crack banner, and it's like worthwhile doing a lot of multis. So we'll see. Next question.
What kind of content do you reckon we're gonna get? I hope we get something.
Blitz battle. Yes, Blitz.
That's
yes.
Kind of
yes. We're getting a Blitz battle, 100%.
True.
Kizuna, it won't be Super Boss Kizuna though, which is kind of weird. So that's why I think we'll get Super Boss Kizuna in September.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it'll be film red, because they'll have to like go all the way through. I mean, there's nothing new they can really. I mean, I guess they can drop a Grand Voyage, but like it's not going to benefit the Gear 5 release anyway.
We are due for a Grand Voyage, actually.
Yeah, there's like no good content that could drop. I don't know, like PKA can't drop. Like, PKA actually
we will get a
new
PKA.
PKA. That's right. Yeah, actually, it's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Blitz. It'll be a Blitz. There will be a Blitz of some degree. I hope that there's community campaigns though, but not like retweet for 10 gems. But it's like, hey, go fucking kill Kaido a million times, or like, oh, go do TM a million times, and then, you know, everyone gets like 20 gems, something like that. Like, I hope that we have like campaigns like that, and it's not just all like social media driven stuff. It's more like in game, like do things and such.
Mm-hmm. What was that thing we did back in the day where it was like Global versus JP?
World Clash.
World Clash.
Yeah, World Clash again.
Shout out Rye for the one time, man. No, the thing is, like, they won't ever do World Clash because all the website rankings are now ranked in game. Like we compete with JP and such. So they probably won't do a World Clash style thing. They'll probably do, like, if they were to do it again, they'll probably do like the same like thing where it was like you're either in team like Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Nami, Robin, and then like you compete within that team. Then you also compete globally. Like they'll probably do that. I mean, World Clash would be sick now because we're all on the same timeline, so everyone has equal footing. The only difference is like they have less lag time, I suppose, if you really want to get like nitpicky. But I mean, a World Clash would be fucking sick. Or Team Kaido versus Team Luffy, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. You know, and have them compete with each other. That'd be kind of lit as well. So, no, I think that'd be a really... hopefully some sort of website campaign that comes out alongside the unit would be really cool, I think. Alright, cool. At Random Spawn 2351, they ask, would you recommend returning to the game?
Yeah, August 5th.
August 5th, yeah, return then if you want to return. But in reality, like, I don't know, it's tough. It's a tough problem. It's a tough answer. Like, being free of the game is also very good, but then, like, at the same time, it's a game. Like, people play the game for enjoyment factor and this and that. So it's like, I guess, like, come back, play August 5th, and then see how you feel 3 months down the line. As opposed to, like, you can't really determine your enjoyment based upon 1 month's worth of play. You have to determine it based on, like, 6 months. And see how you go if you're still invested in wanting to actively, like, keep playing more and more, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And as usual, final question from Cswins 8214. He asks, hey gents, as always, thank you for the work that you do. 4 more eps to go to the big GGP extravaganza. Can't wait. We have nothing planned for episode 100, so don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. I must admit, I don't follow OPTC all these days outside of your pod, so hopefully things are at least trending for the better. They're kind of trending for the better, I don't know. And a bit of a personal news on my end. I've just signed the paperwork to buy a portion of the company I work for. Holy fuck. So hopefully I'll be able to kick up my membership for y'all in like 3 years when I pay off that debt. Congratulations. That's fucking incredible. That's really good. So, you know, all the best. You know, good luck. You know, if you need a business partner, hit me up. I can be I can be part of the Australian branch. You know, I can be part of the Australian branch. I don't know. We'll see how we go. For some questions, I must admit I'm at a loss for food questions, so let's go with some pop culture. Best version of Spider-Man. Personally, I'm a sucker for the Tobey Maguire Spidey. What do you guys think? Best Spider-Man.
Gotta be Toby.
Yeah, I think he would be my favorite too.
Big Tobias.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
The OG.
Do you all think this new Harry Potter will be better or worse than the movies? Well, Daniel Radcliffe.
The new Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think like they're rehashing
They're
Harry
making
Potter.
a TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
HBO.
Daniel Radcliffe said he's not going to be part of it. So that's already an L. So I think it's going to be kind of mid.
I can't see it being good.
It'll be good for the Potterheads, the people that really enjoy Harry Potter. But I think like for general audiences, it won't be that enjoyable. Like I just don't see why they're going that deep. Like I don't know. Like just.
I assume it's going to be like a. Is it going to be a remake, or is it going to be like a different time, or?
I think it's a reboot.
Yeah, I think it's a full
Oh,
remake into
no.
TV series kind of thing. So like I don't know.
That's
we'll see.
not
Yeah.
good.
I'm not sure, but I think Flame's right.
They should have done like a before timeline or an after timeline from the
Yeah,
Harry
I
Potter
think like
series.
the Fantastic
did
Beasts
do
was
that.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But like
Oh,
I
before.
think that there's still like they could even go before that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's still value in like continuing like the pre Harry Potter era in like stuff, and even like focusing on like a couple of years like prior, like maybe like have a Dumbledore storyline, or have like a fucking Hagrid storyline, or have a Snape storyline would be fucking crazy. So like I think like doing that kind of stuff would be better, but I think rehashing the OG like movies is an L. It's a big L. I'd assume better give him more time to flesh things out. Team Oppenheimer or Team Barbie? He's Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Everyone here is Team Barbie. Duh. Sorry, Todd. You're part of the Barbie gang. We're all Barbie.
Yes,
stands here.
sir.
Do you guys think there's this thing called Kenergy now that people are trending?
What?
So basically, supposedly the Barbie in the film. So the film is very like feminist focused, like girl power, which is like obviously very good. But like Barbie in the film was like a doctor, a lawyer, like she's like everything, and Ken is just like a hot guy that just fucking just stands around and does nothing. So there's this new thing that's like starting called like Kenergy, where it's like just being a hot guy and doing fuck all, and then your like partner be like the goat, and I'm like, I'm down for some Kenergy, you know what I mean? So fucking
Yes, sir.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, cool. Much as love as always, Jane, to your boy Cody and Kano. Thank you, Cody, and congratulations. That's it. Episode 96 in the books. We'll be back with episode 92nd, aka the Gear 5 episode. Look forward to that. As per usual, if you enjoyed, what's that? If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment boing as requested by Sir Broski. And if you're feeling you can financially support, hit that join button. Helps us out a great deal. We do greatly appreciate it. Go to our Linktree link, linktr.ee/perfect. Find all of our social media platforms, Twitter @GGP Podcast, anchor.fm/perfect, which we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, to name a few. You like us as hosts? Make sure you keep scrolling down there and find all of our social media links. Go like, go follow, go subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. Click all those nice little buttons. But with that being said, gentlemen, next week, Gear 5 releases. It's an exciting time to be a One Piece fan.
2 weeks.
Not next week, the week after, the next episode, I should say. That sounds a bit better. It's a fantastic time to be a One Piece fan. We're all looking forward to it very dearly. But with that being said, I've been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
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 Obsidian Seed, I was in pocket today, bitch. All right.